What's going on, everybody? My name is Miller. I hope you're enjoying your day, as always. Of course, before you watch this video, hit the pause button. Let me know how you think my predictions are going to be. You don't know who my player to watch, team to watch, pitcher to watch are yet, but what does your gut tell you? Let me know in the comments. As you can see, the setup's a little different. I've been moving back into college the past couple of days. Was at my parents' place. The internet sucked, but we're back with daily previews. This is actually the second time I've recorded this daily preview because my mic was not working the first time, but we should be all good now. Let's get into today's MLB preview. All right, guys, like I said, hit that like button. Before we jump into it, let me know you want to see more content like this. Hit that sub button. We are so close to 200 subs. Let's try to hit it by the end of the week. And as always, everything linked in the description below, podcast, Discord, socials, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss when every video goes live. All right, so our first game of the day at 1:05 Eastern Time is the 8-20 struggling Detroit Tigers. Jose Urena is on the mound for them, facing off against Corey Kluber of the New York Yankees. The Yankees are looking to get to 500 in this one. Should be a good matchup. Kluber had his best start in about 2 years for the Yankees last time out against the Orioles, so good for him. He's looking to bounce back further and pitch well against a bad Tigers offense and get that ERA under 4 and also get a second win of the season. At 1:05 today, the 15-12 St. Louis Cardinals face the 12-14 Pittsburgh Pirates. They have struggled since they were above 500, and I put it in my intro in the video. Carlos Martinez on the mound for these Cardinals. 1-4, 4.76 ERA for him. Faces Will Crowe, centerpiece of the Josh Bell trade, looking to get his first win of the season. At 1:05 today, the 11-15 struggling Miami Marlins face the 11-12 Washington Nationals. Trevor Rogers has been phenomenal for these Marlins so far this year, so good for him. 3-1, 1.29 ERA. Maybe he can be the stopper for this Marlins team, get them back in the win column. And the Nationals, with Max Scherzer on the mound, gave up a bunch of runs to the Toronto Blue Jays last time out, looking to get to 500 in this one. At 12-15, the Atlanta Braves looking to get closer to 500, and the Toronto Blue Jays looking to get further above 500. Should be a good matchup in store. They're in Dunedin, Florida in this one. Ian Anderson has been really good for these Braves this year, one of the few bright spots on that team. 2-0, 2.48 ERA for him, and he faces everybody's favorite starter, as I always say, to be determined. As I'm recording this, the Blue Jays have yet to announce their starter. We'll see if Ian Anderson can outpitch to be determined in this one. At 12-15, the struggling Chicago Cubs face the 12-14 struggling Cincinnati Reds. Trevor Williams on the mound for the Chicago Cubs, and he faces a very good starter in Tyler Mahle. Tyler Mahle's been phenomenal so far this year for these Reds. We'll see if the Reds can get closer to 500 and knock the Cubs further down in that division and just instill more disappointment in that fan base. At 1:10 today, the 15-12, not struggling anymore, Houston Astros face the 13-15 Tampa Bay Rays. Christian Javier on the mound for these Astros. He's been phenomenal for them. 3-0, 0.87 ERA, one of the best starters in the month of April in the big leagues, which is phenomenal for them because they had a lot of injuries to that pitching staff early on in the season, so it was much needed for Javier to be really good. And he faces a 40-year-old struggling Rich Hill, 1-1, 7.25 ERA. He's just looking to get his ERA under 7 in this one. At 16-9, the highest winning percentage in the American League, Kansas City Royals face the 9-16, still not double-digit wins, Minnesota Twins. Brad Keller got his ERA down to 9. Yes, you heard me right, down to 9 last time out. He's looking to turn his season around, pitch better against this Minnesota Twins team, but he does face Jose Barrios, 3.04 ERA for him. Twins looking to get their 10th win of the season. Royals looking to avoid their 10th loss of the season. At 12-13, the Cleveland Indians face the 15-11 Chicago White Sox. Zach Plesac has mightily struggled in his last few times out. He's given up about 6 runs in his past 2 or 3 starts, something like that. He faces Lucas Giolito, which normally would suck, but Giolito also has struggled a little bit this year. He's 1-2 with a 5.68 ERA. He's looking to bounce back in this one and be better. We'll see if he can do it. At 16-12, the Los Angeles Dodgers have quietly struggled recently, going about 13-10 in their last, going about 3-10 in their last 13 games. Struggled a little bit the last 2 weeks. They face a really good team in the Milwaukee Brewers, 17-10 for them. Julio Urias is on the mound for the Dodgers, 3-0 with a 3.23 ERA. And Milwaukee has Bettinger on the mound for them, making his season debut. I have no clue who Bettinger is. I hadn't heard of him before I started making this video. I feel like I say that about Brewers starters all the time. So we'll see if you can pitch well against a very good Dodgers offense. Dodgers looking to not struggle in this one. At 17-11, the first place Boston Red Sox face the 12-16 Texas Rangers. Garrett Richards is on the mound for the Red Sox. He looked phenomenal last time out against the Mets. I was watching that start. He had control of all his pitches. His knuckle curve was vintage knuckle curve of Garrett Richards back with the Angels. So he's looking to continue to pitch well in this one. And Mike Foltynewicz on the mound for these Texas Rangers. 1-3, 4.61 ERA for him. He's just looking to get traded later on in the season and go to a contender. Later on today at 4:07, at 13-14, the Baltimore Orioles look to get to 500 in this one, face the Oakland Athletics at 16-12. Bruce Zimmerman is on the mound for these Orioles, 1-3, 5.33 ERA for him. He's got to face a very good starter in Sean Manaea, 3-1, 2.83 ERA for him. He's looked really good so far this year for the Athletics. A big reason that they're near the top of that division and have played well after their awful start to the season. So good for him, good for the Athletics. We'll see if the Orioles can beat them and get to 500 today. At 10-17, the Colorado Rockies, shockingly not the worst team in baseball, face the Arizona Diamondbacks at 14-13. Chichi Gonzalez on the mound for the Rockies has been surprisingly good, 1-0, 3.6 ERA for him. And then Merrill Kelly has definitely struggled so far this year. 2-2, 6.33 ERA for Merrill Kelly. We'll see if he can bounce back in this one, turn his season around against the Rockies, and be better. The Rockies are a bad team, but their offense isn't why, so should be a good matchup in store between the Colorado Rockies and a struggling Merrill Kelly. 13-12 are the Los Angeles Angels. They face the 15-13 Seattle Mariners. And Dylan Bundy still looking to get his first win of the season. 0-2, a nice 4.20 ERA for him. He's on the mound for the Angels. Like I said, trying to get his first win. Got to face Justice Sheffield, who's looking to get his ERA under 5. 1-2 with a 5.32 for him. Should be a good matchup. Angels are still trying to catch the Mariners in that division. Mariners trying not to fall closer to 500. We'll see who comes out on top. At 4:10 today, the MLB.TV free game of the day, but you'll probably still be blacked out because the world is a cruel place. 16-11 are the San Francisco Giants, first place in the National League West. They face the San Diego Padres, who are 16-12. Padres are looking to get closer to those Giants in the division. Kevin Gausman on the mound for the Giants. He's looked pretty good so far this year with a 1-0 record, 2.14 ERA. And he's also got to face everybody's favorite starter to be determined. At the time I'm recording this, the Padres do not have a starter announced. So we'll see who pitches better in this one. To be determined, or Kevin Gausman. And then the last game of the day, the only night game today, at 10-11, the New York Mets face the 13-14 Philadelphia Phillies. David Peterson on the mound for the Mets. Don't look at that ERA. 5.59 ERA isn't good, but he pitched phenomenally against the Red Sox last time out. He's a ground ball, soft contact machine. So I think that's going to turn his season around here eventually, get that ERA a little bit lower. He's looking to get his second win of the season. He's facing Zach Eflin of the Philadelphia Phillies, 1-1 with a 3.59 ERA for him. Should be a good matchup in store. Now, my pitcher to watch in this one is going to be Lucas Giolito. He's one of my favorite pitchers in the league. I think he has the potential to win a Cy Young Award. I truly think he's got a ton of potential. But, like I said, he has struggled a little bit, got absolutely shelled by the Red Sox last time out. Or not last time, but time before that. But still, has struggled this year so far in April. So he's got to face a bad Cleveland Indians offense, which is a blessing for him. I think if he goes out there, pitches well today, that will help him regain some of the confidence that he has. And then he'll pitch better in 5 days. And then pitch it well again in 5 more days, so on and so forth. I think if he has a good start today, he'll definitely turn his season around. So look for that to happen against a bad Indians offense in this one. Now, my hitter to watch in this one is going to be Dominic Smith of the New York Mets. His OPS is in the 500s, hitting just 222. slugging just .333. So it's been a bad start for Dominic Smith in this one, along with most of the Mets offense. For some reason, they've mightily struggled. Dominic Smith, he's going to be a big reason why the Mets turn their season around, if they do. Francisco Lindor has struggled since coming over. A lot of Mets fans are mad about that. Give it time. Chill. Francisco Lindor is really good. He does make that team better. But Dominic Smith had a breakout season in 2020. I think if he goes out there, maybe he hits a bomb today, similar to Lucas Giolito, he will get his confidence back and be better than he has been. We'll see if Dominic Smith can hit a nuke today off of Zach Eflin in the Phillies. Look for that to happen. Last but not least, my team to watch in this one is going to be the Los Angeles Dodgers. Like I said, they're 3-10 in their last 13 games. They're struggling this so far the past couple of weeks. And the Milwaukee Brewers are actually a good team, so it's not like they're going to have a cakewalk to a victory today. At 17-10, the Brewers have a better record than the Dodgers. Now, I don't know much about Bettinger, so that could mean the Dodgers offense goes out there and explodes, and then the Dodgers are back on track. Or they could get shut down by a guy who no one knows about, and it could continue to further spiral their season. I don't know what's going to happen, but that's why they're my team to watch. If they go out there and struggle today, lose again, maybe the Dodgers are in for a bit of a rough patch, and it continues through May. Or if they go out there, dominate against Bettinger and the Brewers, maybe they finally turn their season around after the past couple of weeks have been rough on them. We'll see. The Dodgers were on pace to have a historical season, possibly break the win record, and now they're 16-12 and struggling. So I think today might have big implications for the rest of their season. We'll see if they can hit well against Bettinger, making his season debut. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me in today's MLB preview. Like I said, if you have not already, let me know, what's your gut feeling? How are my predictions going to be? Giolito, Dominic Smith, LA Dodgers. Who's going to do well? Who's not going to do well? How well is my day going to go based on those predictions? Let me know in the comment section down below. And then, as always, hit that like button, subscribe button. Let's try and hit 200 subscribers before the end of the week. Thank you so much for all of your support. And then, as always, socials, Discord, podcast linked in the description below. That's going to do it for me, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.